Hello YouTube, so today's going to be a video on post-binge eating / overeating. So me myself on the weekend, I slightly overate around 600 calories, but it all happens, we're all human. So I'm going to do a quick video on how to overcome it if it happens to you. So here are my 5 tips. Tip number 1 is don't go starving yourself. It's probably the worst thing you can do after you've had a binge session. Just for the fact that you think that maybe if I overcompensate the fact that I ate so much by reducing my calories drastically, it's going to make up for the fact that I overate. But wrong, that's probably the worst thing you're going to do. If, for example, you're eating 2,000 calories and you try and reduce your calories to 1,000 calories, it's going to be pretty hard because you've adapted to those 2,000 calories and now you're going to try eating 1,000 calories, especially if you have to train and you have to make those 1,000 calories last for the whole day. That's pretty hard to do. What's going to happen is you're going to start getting these cravings, you're going to get these hunger pains. I know I get these crazy hunger pains when I try and reduce my calories drastically like in the past. It's the worst feeling ever. And what happens is you're just going to eat anything in sight and then you're basically going to overeat. And you're in this consistent cycle of overeating, binging, and you don't really want that. Just get back to your normal calories. If you're eating 2,000 calories, get back to 2,000 calories and just acknowledge the fact that you binged, reset, hit the reset button and start again. Tip number 2, don't let the weighing scales play with your mind, because the weighing scales can really mess with you, because the day after your weight is going to shoot up, especially if you've had a crazy binge eating session. Me, for example, my weight goes up by at least 3 to 4 pounds, even I just eat it over slightly, really. And it's going to take a couple of days for that weight to go back down, so don't get all obsessive thinking, damn, my weight isn't changing, it's still high, I've gained weight. You're not going to gain weight from that binge eating session. For example, for me to maintain the weight I'm at now, it's 3,000 calories. So for me to gain a pound, I need to eat 6,500 calories, because it's 3,500 calories in 1 pound. So just put that into consideration, how much you need to eat to actually gain a pound. It's not going to wreck your progress that much. So just don't get sidetracked by the weight you see in the scale, especially because you would have ate extra sodium in your diet, you would have had sugary foods and processed foods as well, and it's going to bloat you, so you're going to be bloated and you're going to be holding on to extra water weight, and that's going to cause a big increase in the weight on the scale. So don't really let that sidetrack you. Tip number 3 is be flexible with your diet. You really need to be flexible with your diet. I think it's so important to learn your macros and learn how to fit the foods you love into your diet, because you don't want to be going weeks on end without these foods you love. For example, cookies, donuts, ice cream. You want to be having those foods and you want to be able to fit it in and still maintain a healthy lifestyle and have the foods you love, because if you go weeks on end without having them, when you do have them, you're just going to binge, and that's going to happen every single time because you love these foods and you can't resist temptation. So learn to be flexible with your diet and fit them all in your macros, and you can still maintain healthiness and eat the foods you love. Tip number 4 is overworking yourself. It's easy enough done. Just the fact that you think that you binge, so you need to work extra hard, go and pound the weights even harder, do extra cardio just to make up for the fact that you binge. But you don't need to be doing that. And just because you binge, it happens. You need to get over the fact that it happened and get back on track and acknowledge it. So that leads on to tip number 5 is acknowledgement. Have an acknowledgement of what you did. So write down why. Why did you cheat? Why did you binge on your diet? What made it happen? If you can figure out why it happened, this will give you you'll be able to control it psychologically. Just for the fact that you know, okay, I know why this happens, I can stop it from happening again. And that's what we want. We want to be able to acknowledge that, okay, we binged, I know why, I'll be able to control it, because you don't want it to be happening often. Because, for example, say off your diet alone, you've created a 3,500 deficit for the week. If you go on binge on the weekend, potentially up to say 2,000 calories, what's it's going to do? It's going to slow down your progress, because in that week you should have lost 1 pound, but instead you're losing half a pound. So think, if every single week you're binging, it's going to slow down your process. So instead of that month you would have lost 4 pounds, instead you're going to lose 2 pounds just because you're binging, and it's really going to slow down your progress. And what you're going to see is you're not going to see the scale going down much, and it's going to demotivate you, and you're not going to want to continue dieting and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Acknowledge it, don't let it happen again, so you can control the situation. Hope these tips have helped. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more.